Hello guys, this is Bro Studies, or also known as Ethan on YouTube. And in this video, I'm just going to be talking about some of the different things and sort of like unique strategies that I use to help study and prepare for different tests. Um, because like right now, I'm in high school and taking different classes, so I just want to kind of give my advice on some of the different like strategies and different things um, that pretty much help me and things that have worked for me in the past and things that I still do to this day that actually like help me and get like A's on tests. So yeah, let's just get into it. So um, my main advice for people who are trying to get A's and trying to like be a good student and everything is you've just really got to experiment things. There's no, I don't know, I don't feel like there's one single path or one single method that works for every single class, right? I think you just need to like experiment and kind of see what works for you and just try out different stuff because I've tried different methods. I've tried uh like for math class, right? Like what I used to do was like in seventh grade was I used to rewrite all my notes, but like I kind of figured out that that didn't really work, and now I do something different. So you just really got to experiment. You really need to test like what works for you, pretty much. That's pretty much what I'm just trying to say. It's like some of my things, some of my things that I'm going to tell you might not work for you, but if some different things work, just try it out. Okay, so one of the first, uh, uh like things that I haven't one of like the first things that I like sort of do is this is what I usually do in my history classes because last year I took AP World History and this year now I'm taking APUSH or AP US History, and the strategy that I use is that I just pretend to teach somebody. So pretty much what I do is I like get the review sheet and everything, like the content review and stuff, and then I pretend to teach it to somebody like I'm the teacher. So pretty much like how it works is just like I set a timer for 30 minutes and I get a whiteboard and everything, like like right here. Like I just write down different things and just try to explain it to like a student basically. And why the strategy really works is because to be a teacher and everything, you really need to know the subject, right? You really need to know the content very well, and you need to break it down and summarize it into something that you can explain to somebody else. So that's pretty much what I do. I just pretend that I'm the teacher and pretend that I'm lecturing or I'm teaching somebody else um, the content and everything. And it actually like really works. I've like used this for like history classes. I've used this for like biology, and it sort of works because you have to think about um, what you're talking about. You can't just like randomly talk. You really have to like know. So like it's sort of like a good it's just really good checkpoint and sort of like a good mark to try to see if you're like actually understanding the topic and the material in the class. So that's pretty much what I would recommend. Um, another unique strategy that I would kind of say I would use is um, is that I use a lot of like flashcards. I would say like I just use like a lot of like Anki cards and everything. So if you don't know what Anki is, it's pretty much just like it's pretty much like a better Quizlet, basically, where you just create your like flashcards and everything, and then pretty much I just review those flashcards every so often, like I don't know, 2 to 3 days, and then you just review them, and it actually pretty much sort of works. And then you can sort of do the same strategy where, like with the flashcards and everything, like you have a topic, right? And then you have like a topic, and then you just sort of explain it. You explain it. You just talk it out. You just say it out loud and you explain it, and it sort of just works that way. And that's what I've been just doing. I just do like these flashcards, and I just create Anki flashcards and then just review them every so often and everything. So that's another way that you can do it. Another strategy that I use would be for math class, especially, is that I just try to do um, as many practice problems as possible because I don't know, because practice problems are like preparing for the test. It's not really like sort of like studying basically, but like it's literally giving you real exposure to what the test is going to be. I also watched this other video that was like really helpful. Is that if you're able to do every single problem without looking at your notes or without looking up the answer, you can do the test. You'll get 100% like every single time. Because if you can do every single problem cold or like you can do every single problem blind without looking at your like notes or anything, you can do the test. So I would just say for like math class and everything, what works for me the best is just to do a bunch of practice problems because that's what's going to be on the test. What the only thing that's going to be different is that the numbers are slightly changed. You're doing the same. You're doing the same like format or type of question, but it's just the different numbers. That's sort of like what math is for like the tests and everything. You're doing the same method, but just different numbers. I know I'm repeating myself, but that's literally what it is. So yeah, that's what I would do. And also for like math test is like a lot of teachers like give reviews. So just do the review again. Like that's your study. So you do the review once, but then if you do it again, like I don't know, like one or two times more, then you'll just be prepared because more likely than not, um, everything on the review is most likely going to be on the test. So if you can do everything on that review without looking at your notes, you're good for the test. Also, another thing that I like to do, like sometimes I'm not feeling like up to like study or I'm like sort of like tired, is that I literally just have this like timer and everything. You might have seen this, but I just set it to like 25 minutes and then just work on as many problems as I can until that timer's up. So that's what I pretty much do. Um, I don't think I have any other strategies. That's like the main things that I do. It's like the main things that I do for like studying and everything is one, I pretend to teach somebody, like by using a whiteboard. I also use flashcards for like such as using vocab or explaining like key concepts and everything. And for math and like science things is you just got to do a bunch of practice problems and you're pretty much set to go. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to explain. Again, take this with a little bit of a grain of salt because not all these strategies might work for you, but they work for me. But you just really need to experiment and see like what works for you. That's really what I'm saying. But anyways, I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and so yeah, I hope you do good on your test. And bye bye.